Welcome to another Whip It Up Wednesday. This week I'm going to make one of my favorite dishes. I don't make it often, but when I do, I have to hold myself back because I'll eat it all. This is Chicago-style Italian beef, and I'm making some homemade bread to have it on. I may have it on wraps. I haven't quite decided. This is one of those really simple recipes. Everything goes in the crock pot and then you forget it for, I'm going to cook it for about 6 hours, but you go based on how much you're making and the type of meat you're using. I usually use chuck roast, but the village market didn't have chuck. Not a surprise. So they did have boneless shoulder roast, and it was on sale, so I took that as a sign. I took most of the fat on. There was quite a bit. This is about, it was about 2¼ pounds before I defatted it. And you just cut it in big chunks. You don't even have to be perfect about it. Throw it in the crock pot. This is one of those, this is the epitome of throw it and forget it. Then you add Italian dressing mix. Now, if you don't have Italian dressing mix, or you choose not to use it for whatever reason, it's certainly up to you. You can use a little bit of Italian dressing. I made this last night, still fresh. Put about, I may have gotten a little crazy with the garlic. 1/4 cup on here. I like mine with a lot of flavor to it. And I did not put red pepper flakes in because I wasn't sure how I was going to use it, but I'm going to make, I'm going to add some red pepper flakes. Just a few. You don't want it so hot it's stupid. You want the flavor. You still want to be able to test it. So I put maybe a tablespoon in. Okay, now here comes one of the parts where you guys can all laugh at me. So I'm going to show you the label. This is not a commercial for this brand. It's because I cannot pronounce it. This is an Italian mix style giardiniera, well, whatever, pickled vegetables. I usually make this myself, but for some reason I'm out, so I'm going to have to get the stuff to make more. You put in, this is a 16-ounce jar, I believe. Yes, 16 fluid ounces. I put in the whole thing. Just shake it in there. As you can see. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention about the Italian mix that I made. I don't add salt. So when I taste it later, I may need to add some salt. Then, now most recipes for this, whether you make it in the crock pot or, you know, on top of the stove, in the oven, whatever, says to use pepperoncini. I forgot that that's what you were supposed to get, to be perfectly honest. And I got banana peppers because they're my favorite. So I'm just adding, shall we say, maybe about a cup, because that's just how I am. Oops. And clean it up. My counters are clean, so nobody freak. Okay. And then you add just a little bit, or a lot, of the juice. Now that goes whether you're using pepperoncini or, as I did here, the banana peppers. You can use whatever kind of peppers you like. Let's just put it that way. This should be a spicy pepper though. Now, some people add olives when they serve it. I do. But I'm also going to throw in a few olives now. Again, because I love olives. And I would throw in both green and black if I had both, but I only have green today. Which reminds me, I need to check to see if it's the date that I'm supposed to change the brine on some olives I have curing in the pantry. Well, that's it for now. All I have to do is put on the lid and let Dot do her work. She's going to go at it for, I'm guessing, maybe about 6 hours. This particular cut of meat I find not necessarily the easiest to get tender, so it may take a little longer, but that's fine. It'll be worth it in the end. And I'll bring you back when it's time to eat. Bye. And dinner is served. I can tell you, I've cheated and taken a couple of bites, and it tastes really good. I did add a few more of the banana peppers because I really like banana peppers. And it has taken longer for this meat to get shreddable than like a chuck roast or some of your other more tender meats. Just as a reminder, this is a shoulder roast. For some reason, this one store has those on sale a lot. So I tend to get them because they're good slow cooked or in a pressure cooker. And this is really good. It's on homemade pumpernickel bread, sourdough. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go chow down now. Thanks, and see you next week.